No, don't.
What?
Hey, it's the fucking thing again. What's up?
I wanted
Welcome to
talk so
Nobody's
much.
Listening. It is Saturday night. We are live again. If you're new to the channel,
is.
subscribe. Please make this feel worthwhile. 1 week out of the year. No, it's actually good. It's good to be here. We're doing the live thing. If you're new, we're trying to do more live shows. Probably
trying
once
to do
a week.
only live
Probably trying to do
shows.
only live shows, if we're being honest. I think
Yeah,
we're just
don't
going to
get
start
it
making this a
twisted.
live podcast.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Fucking
This is a live
then
podcast.
the upload goes out there, and you do whatever you want with it. You play it while you're cutting grass and staring at your neighbor's lawn that you hate. Whatever your fucking game is.
I love my
It is
neighbors.
good to be here. I had a live feed pulled up of Hollywood, and then the stream was like obviously still day. So I'm like,
You felt like a phony?
I felt like a phony. I was like, I'm not going to put up I thought we'd put like a Hollywood live cam behind us, but it was obviously way delayed. It was Hollywood Boulevard. And by the way, it was just like, it was the Dolby Theater, you know, but it just said, it was just Sephora. It was just the tourist Sephora store with just no less than 5 to 10 tourist guys standing out there waiting for their girls. Probably being screamed at by a guy dressed as Spider-Man holding a box cutter, you know?
What would you have liked to see?
Exactly that.
There you
Like
go.
precisely that.
You started
Christian
out.
Ryder
You started.
said in the comments, "Hey fellas, what's up? Thank you for watching. Thank you guys, whoever's in the chat. Also, hit us up with whatever the fuck you want us to talk about. Because we can.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say it's
Specifically.
better than whatever we got planned? You know,
Planned.
we have nothing planned. We're talking about going to Saddle Ranch Chop House after this. And
Is it a
riding the
steakhouse?
social. Yeah. It
Oh,
is.
yeah, I'm
It's
excited.
the trashiest 80s hair metal steakhouse on the Sunset Strip. Dude.
We're going then.
Well,
Yeah,
it
we're
was
going.
either that or Barney's. I don't. Now they got this whole. Well, the thing with Saddle Ranch is they got the whole parking lot as outdoor dining. Obviously, I don't think of any indoor dining open. But
I
dude,
think they can, right?
it is a fucking party up there.
That's why you want to go. You want to
It's
rub
party.
shoulders. You want to fraternize with the TikTokers.
Oh no, let's not get it twisted. Saddle Ranch is where you go if you can't go to Boa. You know what I mean? Boa is like.
I'm eating at like the taqueria, dude. I don't even know these names.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to Boa Steakhouse every night. Who do you think I am? Fucking Jason Nash.
I don't even. I'm
57-year-old
so
guy with
checked
a
out. I don't
TikTok.
even know what that is. I don't even know who Jason Nash is.
He's just a guy, dude. How are the new Ultra Seltzer? Somebody asked here. Dude, here's the first sip.
Yeah, taste test.
I'm not a fan of cucumber. It's light on the cucumber. Okay. I fuck with it. Whatever.
It's light on everything.
Who tastes a seltzer and they're like, oh, this isn't for me? If you're a person who tastes a seltzer and you're like, oh, no, I don't like just drink it. It's like nothing. It's water. It's like 14 billion if produced today. Just finish it.
I would say if you open a beverage, you finish it in general.
Oh, I mean, yeah. That's a
If you opened it,
given, right? I thought.
if you opened a Coke and you thought it was a Diet Coke, you
made
finish
a
that bitch.
commitment, dude.
Yeah,
Who's
you-
gonna dump it out?
Dude, worst type of person. Person that leaves, that goes to a party, opens a can of beer, drinks one sip, leaves it, going to hell.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Going to Syria.
Yeah, he's going to Syria for sure. He's gonna go fight in the war. You know.
The only way he can rectify that is if he goes to Syria and fights with the white helmets.
Yeah, that and then you've done your service, and we thank you for your service. So you're allowed to.
But yeah, I've never.
You're allowed to leave that Yingling light half empty if you like. It's your.
That's fine. If
it's
you have
your country, dude.
if you have a
You
Yingling
get
light,
that, and you get 10% off extra at Applebee's. That's what you get.
is that their? Do
Stop
they have a military?
complaining, all right.
You were the one that told me that you went to a Best Buy one time and someone. No, this was me. This is my own story that I thought was yours. I went to a Best Buy one time and a guy was like, he's in front of me in line. He says, "Do you have a military discount?" And they're like, "No." And he's like, "That's fine. I guess Best Buy doesn't care about the troops." And then
Got him hot, dude.
No.
Straight. He's just. It's
Wait.
almost like he probably said that part before they even finished the sentence. They're like, "Oh, I guess Best Buy doesn't care about the troops."
yeah. Oh, he hit him. But then
I know she didn't say thanks for my service either.
you know what she said?
What's that?
Guess so.
Yeah, yeah. I gu- I guess the corporation who's paying me to be on Instagram and then watch fake TV is. I guess they don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
You know.
For like $9 an hour, and it was just so funny. She's just like,
Guess so.
yeah,
What a cold bitch. I love that, dude.
it ruled.
God, that would be so. I guess so. I don't know what you did, man.
That's what the thing.
Shout out to the troops, though. You know.
Do you really do you support the troops? I don't know if I do.
I mean, not whatever the fuck is going on right now. Not.
So
I
no?
mean, I don't. I feel. Obviously, I support the people there, but like, what are we doing? We
I
should.
don't know.
We need to enter an era of chilling the fuck out a little bit. There was a lot of invasive behavior between the years of 2001 and I'd say to now. Why don't we taper some of that off and just like
Yeah.
focus on your hometown games? You know what I mean? Like let's win some games
What do you
in the
mean?
hometown. You know, it's like a team that can only win while they're away. Like half this fucking city's without a house. You know, people don't have health care. Let's fix that first, and then let's go start a dark money war in some kind of Middle Eastern.
That's even. I just need to like have my wife stop beating me. That's where I need to start.
Okay.
That's the first issue.
Yeah.
I can't worry about
you
peace
need
in the
to-
Middle East until I can get my wife to stop choking
Go
me.
to Christian couples therapy, administered by the priest.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
What's that? That's a thing.
Oh, guy, a friend of mine. I'm just gonna leave it at that. He went to Christians. He's like barely kind of a Christian, but he went to Christian couples thing before they got married because it was just like a thing you did in the church. And the pastor gave him a book about like procreation, how it's your duty to like procreate and have children to create more Christians. And they were like, "Fuck this."
Well, yeah. I mean, that's their game. They need more. They're like a band that's just losing fans every year. You
Mhm.
know, they gotta get some new. They're begging for a hit single, and it's just not coming. That's why the new pope is like every goddamn day he's out there being like, "Gays, you're fine. If you're trans, I don't give a shit. If you don't even believe in God, fuck it. Like, come on board, we'll take you. Just please stop fucking the children, please." For the love of God, that if he can just manage that crisis, no one's been able to manage it. So
The Catholic religion just becomes the entire ideology is don't fuck a child.
literally, please stop.
This is not a professional podcast, dude.
No,
this
but
is
I mean, what else? What do you?
this
people
will
want
never
asking
be-
for? And we lost a viewer. There we go.
There we go.
We're here. We've warmed up. That's how you know.
Do you think they lost? You think it was me?
It could have been, you know, maybe it was some kind of ultra Christian in there. Are there any famous ultra Christians anymore? Like some like real A-listers. Are there any who are like big old Christians? Because now it
No, you got to
seems
keep
like
that.
Catholics and Christians are really relying on like Kirk Cameron and most of their literature and movies to be like, look, we got a star. Or no, nowadays it's more. We got Trisha Yearwood,
Who's that?
country star
Christian?
/ Garth Brooks' wife.
See what you do. Well, think about Carrie Underwood, right?
Yeah, that works.
At first, she was super. It's basically what they have a publicist come in and be like, "Hey, lay off the God shit," like for a
We
while.
gotta dial this, you know, death and procreation literature. And why are you talking about the gays so much, Carrie? Just to sing your songs and shut up. All right, this is her publicist talking to her.
It's not even the rhetoric that's like anti-gay. It's like just saying things like, you know, Jesus really turned it and like I really prayed for and they're just like stop that because people think it's weird and lame.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. Not nowadays. It is kind of weird and lame. They need a new angle. How is the Catholic Church gonna get back into the spotlight? It's like the number.
Oh, they're done.
You
I
think
think
they're
they're
done?
done, yeah.
I mean, like they've been trying for like 20 years with this new age, you know, non-denominational church type situation where everybody gets coffee and you.
Protestants,
play
I feel
music.
like Protestants are like in like the like Justin Bieber was a Christian. Did you ever see a picture? Actually, a really good thing to pull up for whoever,
Yeah.
if anyone's watching,
What do you
is
want?
Justin Bieber's pastor.
What?
That's a guy. This is a good guy to talk about.
Justin Bieber's pastor.
Justin Bieber's pastor. I think he's like an Australian like Hillsong United pastor, but this guy looks fuckable.
Is
This guy
Is Justin Bieber like still a Christian?
I believe so. I think he like found the Lord, and then he found this cool, like very
He smashed all of the pussy that there was to be smashed, and he's like, it's time to go with God now.
I think
He
that's.
finally, oh my God!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Is this
yeah,
him?
yeah.
Look at this guy's V. I'm pulling him up.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
They
He's
can't
got-
see it yet because I'm still an idiot at this. But like, dude,
He's got the
boy.
cum gutters for sure.
he really does.
Yeah,
Justin
man.
Here we
Bieber
go.
caught
Oh,
on
fuck, I
camera
can't play the
accidentally
audio.
hitting
I feel like
a
it's kind of
photographer.
like a sin to be that hot.
Happened as
That hot? I think so.
You know what I mean?
I'm all fucked up here. Don't worry.
the superstar was leaving
But yeah,
a
the
church
dude's
service
got
in
like
Beverly Hills
mad
Wednesday night,
fuckability. I'm like, you
swarmed
can't be
by
like
paparazzi.
going to church and looking
As he
like
pulled off in his
that.
black
I can't see your pelvis, and you
truck,
be a.
this
Come on,
happened.
man.
I don't know what I did here, but fuck it. It's not working.
Just show the image.
I
Just
can't show the image.
Why
dude. I was
not?
trying to use the damn
the
live.
photographer's leg was hit.
And now he ran over some photographer's leg. That's pretty sick.
Who the
actually.
pastor?
The pastor did.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
jeez.
This isn't whatever. I don't know what to tell you people.
Point. My point was he's too hot. It's hurting my feelings, dude. It's
Yeah,
too
I
like
would-
you can't be that hot and be like a man of God. You know?
Oh, of course. No, I mean like nowadays it's yeah, dude. It's like the PacSun looking motherfuckers are the ones who are close to God all of a sudden. That maybe that's their angle. They're like if we just got to be the hottest pieces of hunk meat on the market.
Yeah.
And then
That's what they're doing.
That's the lane.
Yeah.
That really is the lane. So
I think that is it.
it ain't easy being a hot dude, says Sesu in the comments. Yeah, dude. Tell me about it, man.
I feel like it's got to be the easiest life to be like just to be that type of guy, to just have like a body yada yada and like
Yeah, just born in Santa Cruz, and you're just like a Santa Cruz guy who's just I don't know. You find your way onto some church's live stream, and then it's kind of like your open mic. You get your shot, and then all of a sudden they're pumping this guy out all the time. Well, like let's give this guy a sermon. Let's give hot long hair surfer Chad. Let's give him a shot at the mic, and then he goes up there, and he's just like.
it's good for the brand.
Yeah, and he starts cool, and he starts being like, yo, he's like, I tried to find myself, and I thought it'd be in girls, and then you're like, whoa, okay. And then this is what I'm saying. You ready for this? Then he starts leaning, then it goes into like a kind of a dark sexual lane. Like he's like, I after years and years of just, plowing my way through
Yes.
the girls of South Santa Cruz Beach and Big Sur, I knew that it was time to come home and find the woman for me. And then it pans to his wife. and
The last woman that he didn't fuck.
the last one that he's like, not you.
I saved you.
Not you.
That's it's interesting because those guys, they have this story that basically ends with like, I fucked all the women. I ran out of
Yeah.
women to fuck, and then I
Yeah.
was like, what does it all mean? And we're all like, I wish I could fuck like 2 girls a year.
Yeah, right?
I wish I could find a woman that would just like fuck me. I wish I could find a girl that would fuck me regularly.
There you go. That's more or less what it comes down to. Someone in the comments said Jesus was hot as fuck, even though even the Roman soldiers were jealous. Dude, they were so jealous.
You think it was just because of his
Yeah,
fuckability?
dude. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, he was stripped down. That's why they kept ripping off. They kept ripping off pieces of clothes, and they saw how jacked he was, and they saw his V, and they saw that he had like some kind of like sweet like wave tattoo near his pelvis, and they were like, "Fuck, this guy gets hotter every time we take his
Just getting more
piece of
pissed.
clothes off. Let's slash him with this lance." Yeah, Jesus, you think you're hotter than me? And it's like 3 of the Roman soldiers, and they're all gay, by the way. They just want to fuck Jesus.
Oh, it's a lot of repressed.
Yeah.
I love
They
how
don't-
much
they
you know.
leave this part out of the story, but what happens is they corner Jesus, and they're like, "What are you gay?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, "I thought we were going to execute me." He's like, "No, dude, it's not like that."
And then they take the 2 other hot gay guys and put them next to
Roman
him.
soldiers, yeah.
Not quite as hot, but they're like, "You're gonna be crucified too." And everyone and all the Jews were like, "Don't! He's the most fuckable Jew!
Please don't.
Stop!
He's the best one. No.
He's the last
then
good
they-
genes of the Jews!"
And then
Don't.
they got him. Damn it, dude.
Did we lose a viewer talking
Yeah,
about
for sure.
sexy
Yeah, I think
Jews?
we lost 2 actually.
Okay.
But listen, I mean, we're just telling you how it is. Like, you got to go find the truth. It's not just gonna present itself to you.
Yeah.
How I helped Joey move today. I helped him move his old place to his new place.
Oh, you wanted to pivot? Yeah. It's
Yeah,
nice.
Sure.
What'd you think?
Pivot away from this this alternative parable where Jesus was actually a repressed gay man.
I was having
Who
fun.
literally like the Macbeth part of the tragedy of his life is that he finally acknowledges his inside gayness, but it's with the Roman soldiers right before he dies. Like he doesn't get like that's truly like the Shakespearean
He
like
was
an Othello in tragedy. You know what I mean?
he hadn't discovered until he was to be crucified. He's like, guys, think of all the fucking we could do.
So he was like, I wouldn't have done any of this.
Let's talk about
None of this.
Let's talk about my move.
Let's talk,
I'm on board now.
Guys, come on. We don't have to go through with this.
Um,
And Peter's like, Jesus, what the fuck? He's like, Peter, go away, okay?
Peter, you don't want none of this.
Get out. I didn't ask you to follow me for the last 4 stations like you did. That was all you, bro.
Peter was like the super thirsty disciple.
Dude, Peter just wanted attention.
You think
Peter was like Jason Nash, like just still clinging to David Dobrik before he falls out of any kind of
I don't know
obscurity.
any.
It's fine. We'll move on.
I'm gonna
But
I'm
either
gonna
way,
assume that was the perfect
I-
parallel.
it was just a great joke.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. But anyway, yeah, we got Joey moved to his new.
What'd you think of? I live in Florence. If anyone wants to check out my neighborhood, check out Los Angeles.
It's also referred to as South Central Los Angeles.
It's a sect of South Central called Florence.
Yeah, leave
and
with that.
it's there's a rallies. Did you see the rallies?
There did appear to be a sick rallies around the corner.
Yeah.
It really did look like a good rallies, and they had a sweet drive-through situation.
I'm pretty excited about that. I like rallies a lot.
I do enjoy rallies. I don't really know what their game is now.
They do. I mean,
Was it a car? It wasn't a Carl's Jr. It's a rallies.
it's rallies.
That's weird. 'Cause
Or
they
no,
have
checkers. Excuse me.
Oh
You're-
shit! I'm
yeah,
getting
I
it
see your
twisted. I'm
confusion,
getting it
yeah.
No. It was a rallies. It was for sure a rallies.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. We can talk about rallies all night, people. Come
Oh
on, you know
my
me.
God.
For the longest time, in my hometown,
We're getting professional.
the rallies had strawberry Fanta, which I was like, that's fucking awesome. And I was always I love Fanta, like an orange Fanta, a grape Fanta, pine,
You
any
like
kind
all.
of fruit soda.
Okay.
Love it. And so I knew that this one rallies had strawberry Fanta, and I was like, motherfucker, I'm going to this rallies on the reg.
Yeah.
I did. And then the doctor was like, listen, you have the your heart is that of a 45-year-old man and you're 21. And I was like, what?
My parents took me to a nutritionist as a kid.
No.
Did you get that?
No, my parents were like, hey, did Pizza Hut come with a free video game this week? Great. Go downstairs.
Were your parents ever?
Please.
That was it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a joke, but yeah. But no,
I
it
don't-
was that way, yeah. And
yeah.
I was happy to do it.
It's an
'cause
exaggeration, but
Listen, we had a basement. It was cool. I was happy to go down there and play. I mean, does anyone remember, does the one person watching right now remember that Pizza Hut used to give you like a free PlayStation disc that had demos of games on it? So like
yeah.
they would get, I remember my parents would order like a stuffed crust pizza or some shit like that. And I would be jamming on that, and then they give you this little PlayStation 1 disc, and it had like a free trial of Spyro. It had a free trial of Medieval, which was a fucking sweet game. Ninja was a game. Cool Borders. Remember
Cool
the
Borders.
snowboarding game?
See, I wasn't a PlayStation. I didn't own a
Oh,
PlayStation,
dude,
but I
I'm
do
talking,
remember that.
We're talking PlayStation right now, dude.
We were a
Borders
Nintendo
was
family.
Fucking sick. We had a Nintendo, but then we kind of got the PlayStation action. Oh man, the Pizza Hut PlayStation sampler game, I swear to God, is top notch. I'm gonna actually see what it's going for on eBay because I know that some fucking dumb hipster like me is selling it for a profit.
I know you can get. Do you remember Chex Quest?
Chex Quest.
That
No.
came in a box of Chex, dude. You got a game called Chex. It was a computer game, but it was called Chex Quest.
Joe Gibbs says, "Sup boys, what is up? Thank you for watching."
What's up, Joe?
We got another comment. Demo discs were the best. Yeah, they were. People definitely collect them. That's what I'm looking up right now, dude. I'm looking up the Pizza Hut demo.
If that's true, we should bootleg discs and print them out and try to sell them to.
Here it is. It's $16. Can I actually share my screen?
That's the point. When it's $16, you're like, maybe I'm the nerd. Maybe I'm the loser that's gonna start collecting these demo discs.
Right.
You know, Pizza
we
Hut
go.
also gave out DVDs. I remember they got like
I have it pulled up now. You see this? $15. Fucking Sled Storm. This isn't the specific one I was talking about.
I think
It's $16. Now, who's
buy
I
it now.
mean, I would pay that.
Any bids?
Like if I was just drunk enough, I would buy this for sure. $23. This market for games is insane. People are paying like. People have like fucking $500 for some like Ape Escape.
But are
original
there?
copy.
My
You know what I
question
mean?
for you, I can't see, but are there bids?
There's
There's bids.
yes.
That's the
Yeah.
point. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and
No,
say collectibles. People got too much money. You out there collecting knickknacks and paddywhacks, giving dogs boners.
Well, you were out here saying people should spend their stimulus on like knickknacks and paddywhacks.
I
so-
was, but only to waste their money.
Yeah,
Only as like
that's a good point.
basically buy the knickknacks to break them is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I haven't bought any. I bought a old film camera at the Long Beach Flea Market, I think last weekend. But that was the only knickknack I've purchased recently.
Dude, you are an artiste.
I saw this guy had a sweet little 8mm Bolex, which is like it's a good brand. And it had sound on it, and I was like, I have like $50, and he's like $80, and I was like, oh, dude. And then of course, and then I pull out my phone and I go on eBay and I'm searching it like right in front of him. He's like, oh, you got to look it up, and then he kind of like jabbing me, and I was like, oh, dude, you think I'm a dummy? Come on, like you.
Okay.
Give me some credit. So
All
I
right.
clap back at him, and he's like, okay, this guy's real. I clearly see that they're selling for like 65, 70. He's like $80. I'm like, can you do 60? He's like, no, $80. It's pristine. I was like, oh, okay. All right then. And I like
Here I go.
And I turn, and I'm like a girl who's turning back and like walking away with my dress. I'm like, are you looking? Are you looking?
Could
Do
have
you
had a
want
bad
me?
bitch.
Do you want me?
Could have had $60.
And I turned back and I was like, all right, I'll do 80. Because I wanted the camera. And he got me. And, like, he was going to let me go, too. So, I mean, it was fair. It was fair. I would have had to pay for shipping and all that shit, so.
You took him to the limit.
I did. I walked back. Because I don't know any better.
What? So you paid $80 for a camera?
Yeah.
It's not a video camera. It's
No, it's a video camera, but it's a Super 8 video camera. It shoots film.
That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah, it's
That
cool.
seems like a deal.
Yeah, dude.
You can make
some
some-
sick, like, skate video on it. Get
Yeah.
some little thrasher around town here.
You need to make some video of some woman talking about like the genocide from like
Yeah,
the
here we
Balkans
go.
or something like
Yes,
that.
I
It's
agree.
like 45 minutes. It's like you interview her for
Minimum 45 minutes.
Well, here's what you do. You interview her for like 3 hours, let her meander for a
Yeah.
while, and you take like the 45 seconds where she's talking about like the violence, and then you just cut that, and then you're like, we got it.
Yeah, we got it cut. And she's like, well, no, hold on. We got all this. We have to talk about, like, what we're doing now to recover. I'm like, no, it's not actually important.
No.
Thank you.
I got what I wanted.
I'm out of film. I'm sorry. It's an old
How
camera.
many times have you lied to people about production mishaps because you couldn't use their
Many
shit?
times.
Yeah.
I've made up so many excuses. Did I ever tell you one time I was filming this video for these guys who own a food truck, and it was like dude, I was working for this company and they did some kind of fucking dumb food truck March Madness bracket thing where people voted for their favorite truck that makes like deep fried macaroni and cheese, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, these guys won the stupid bracket, so I had to go make them a free video, like a feature video on them. And they were like, they weren't shitty or anything. They were kind of just like dudes. And I'm like, hey, I talked to him for a minute, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get some B-roll of like the area. Can you guys just chill for a little bit? And they're like, yeah, cool. Well, what they don't know is that like with my camera, as you can see, their mics, their wireless like lav mics,
Yep.
were still plugged in.
Yeah.
So I could hear what, so anyway, I didn't hear it though. I just go shoot this footage, whatever. But anyway, when I get back to my desk, I upload the footage and I'm like scrubbing through it, trying to find some shots that I was shooting. And I hear them start talking, and they're talking about, I have to paraphrase it, but they're talking about an Asian food truck to the side of him. And he's like, I fucking hate those guys. Why they fucking show up 3 hours early every Saturday. They know that the gate doesn't open till 9. They know that we're all trying to get it at the same time. They show up 3 fucking hours. He's like, I fucking hate those guys. They go off on a kind of racist rant against these Asian
Details.
food truck guys.
What
I
type
mean,
of shit they say?
I mean, It wasn't like
Hacky Asian?
overtly. It was more so they brought up the fact that they were Asian many times in this
Yeah.
diatribe. and I just sit there and then I'm like I don't want to cut this video for these guys. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to make, because if it was any other situation, I just wouldn't make it for them. But they won this contest, so I think contractually I had to make it for them. Because I told my boss, I played the clip. I'm like, hey, listen to this shit. And then he's like, oh, that's not good. I'm like, yeah. Oh, it's not good.
That's when you just basically you do it, you cut it up, you owe it to them, right? But then you send them a DM, be like, hey guys, mics were hot.
Hey, guys.
Y'all racist, and I
Turns
know.
out I'm best friends with the Asian food truck. And,
Yeah.
I played the footage for them.
Well, at that point, you can extort them.
Here's what I do. I go to the Asian food truck, then I film them reacting to the video, and then I film the other truck, the original truck, finding out that I showed them, and then I basically start
Ooh.
a reality show out of their fight. Like,
Now you got good TV on your
now I
hands.
have a pilot,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is how can I get two rival food trucks to threaten violence against each other in a public park?
Because ultimately, what we want is like, I don't give a shit about this food truck. What I want is, I want melodrama. I want violence.
You
I want racism.
human interaction.
I want racial tension. I don't want racism. But
Yeah, no,
I want-
I agree. It would have been a great pilot if I produced it, but nonetheless, I had to make the video for him. It was like, we got banging barbecue mac and cheese. Like, okay.
oh, I don't like that. I don't like
God,
that.
I
Like
hate- I don't-
indulgent, like weird, like
It's like every food truck now is like, we've made an Oreo barbecue sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm like, can we stop? Why, dude? We get it. You put grease in a truck. Like,
yeah, like we're gonna pour Crisco oil with sugar down your throat. You're like,
I know.
all right, that sounds kind of good.
Hey, do you want trans fats for $15? Go
Hey.
for it, dude.
Don't be transphobic, dude.
I know, I really shouldn't. I support the
Trans
I
fatphobic.
support the trans fat community, dude.
Wait, what did Joe say about Gran Torino?
Gran Torino, but with food trucks. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it would be like old school.
yeah.
Clint
There's a
Eastwood.
Belgian waffle truck just driving down the street, and then it cuts to a medium wide shot of Clint Eastwood being like,
Yeah, Clint's the bad guy.
Clint is the bad
He
guy.
doesn't come around. He just
No, he
stays
doesn't.
racist.
He just still hates. He's like, I don't eat that China food.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
I think like that would be dope if Clint Eastwood made a movie where he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna be the racist I am, and then I'm gonna make myself the bad guy.
Gran Torino was the last movie they let somebody be racist in, and still give it like
I have a movie.
they still gave it critical acclaim, and they were like, that was the last one. We let Clint do his thing, and then
You didn't see 3 Billboards, did you?
oh yeah, no, I did see Thrill. No, okay,
They made
That
the
was
most charming
different.
character in the movie. They made her like a racist guy.
yeah. Well, there was some subplot to that though. It wasn't the entire character.
Actually, you know what? Sam Rockwell's done it twice. Did you see Jojo Rabbit?
No.
Dude, the most charming character in the movie is Sam Rockwell, and he's a Nazi soldier.
Well, that was. Listen, I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, but I mean, I know the intention of the film.
It's not good.
But a lot of people say Jojo Rabbit was great. I can't seem to watch it because I know what happens, and I can't bring myself to watch it because I know it's gonna be sad. So I'm like, it's one of those that like when I get in a specific mood, I'll watch it, but I know it's gonna be a sad bummer, and I'm like, I can't do it just yet.
I want to know what your opinion is. Joe likes it.
Yeah, saying Jojo Rabbit's brilliant. Like I said, I God damn it, dude. I know the
You nailed
film is
that.
brilliant. I know the film is brilliant. But anyway, we have to move on.
Yeah, you should watch it though.
I'll watch it.
Speaking of, can I say something about 3 Billboards when I
Yeah.
watched it? I saw it in the theater, so this was my experience.
I did too.
And I like going to movie theaters and experiencing in the movies because it's such an interesting experience listening to everyone react to the movie.
It's a completely different experience.
so weird.
It's like it's crazy to think that people think like watching a movie on Netflix is the same thing. It's crazy to me at least.
Well, because it's a unique experience to you and everyone else in the movie theater.
Yeah, it's a collective experience where like you ever be in a movie and people laugh at a part and you're like, wait, that's not the funny part. And then later you're like, oh wait, if people laughed at it, then that was the funny part. It's crazy. It could be like I read some article that when they played the movie Midsummer in
I got some
what
on
was
this.
it? Whatever country that was in that they filmed it in, Sweden. I think it was Sweden.
Yeah.
That people laughed like it was a black comedy to them, which it kind of was, but they like laughed throughout the movie.
Well, when I saw that one in theaters, and I saw Hereditary in theaters. So 2 Ari Asters.
Yeah.
And when I saw that one, there were multiple big laughs in Hereditary.
Yeah, I mean it was funny.
There were parts, but like it was so interesting to me to watch because there were parts where I was like, honestly, man, I was like, this was not a laugh line, but people laughed hysterically, and I laughed hysterically, and I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
That movie's a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, but it's funny.
I don't think it was supposed to be. I don't think that was the intention.
Dude, if people laugh at the film
You-
while they're watching in the theater, I mean, it's not like the dude's not dumb. If you watch Ari Aster's like short films, if you watch, he has a ton of short films that he made at
Something
AFI
Wrong with the
before.
Joneses?
Yes,
Did you
they're
watch
all
that?
funny. Yes, yes. They're all kind of.
Do you think
funny.
that was intention to be funny?
Maybe not that one to the degree of some of the other ones, but he was making comedy short films.
Okay, so in what's the name of that movie? There's Something Wrong with the Joneses?
There's something with the Joneses, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Johnsons, something like that.
Something like that. But that would be, imagine that man making that movie as a bit to be funny.
Yeah.
Explain the plot of the movie.
I haven't seen it in a minute, but it's kind of like Us, the follow up to Get Out.
What?
Dude, we must be talking about two different
There's
things.
something wrong
I'm not
with
gonna
the-
linger on this. 'Cause
There's something
literally
wrong-
No one listening right now has ever watched this.
Well, no,
or
I
is
want to
going
tell them
watch
about
it.
this movie. There's a short film by Ari Aster called "There's Something Wrong with the the Joneses" or something like that, and it's about a boy who grows up wanting to fuck his dad and getting old enough and strong enough to where he starts ass raping his father. Dude, do you know this?
I was thinking of a different short film, but
Yes,
now you
you
jogged my
were.
memory, and you're absolutely right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the dude is. I mean,
Imagine him being like, "It's funny, right?"
I know he
Comedy.
He got 2 films featured. He got 2 films financed. That is so. You know
Yeah.
how hard it is to get a movie made, let alone that shit. Making that, and someone was like, someone was probably like, "This is the craziest, most fucked up thing." Obviously, we're gonna give you $20 million to produce.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we should talk about
That's
this.
kind of the lane you gotta go for real. I swear this has been mentioned on the podcast before.
Oh, it probably has.
Maybe
Or no,
so.
Seizu might be a Cumtown fan. I know they've talked about it before.
We haven't
Yeah.
talked about it before. I know that, but like,
What
yeah,
is
I didn't
Christian
know.
gonna watch
He's
it?
good. That's
Nick
good.
Mullen talked about it. Yeah. Nick Mullen did talk
It
about it.
is what it is.
I've seen it, and it is like you watch it, and you're like, dude, why you gotta be putting that in people's heads, dude?
I mean, that's his game, dude. His new Ari Aster's new movie is with Joaquin Phoenix, and apparently it's like 4 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which
I'm
I'm
watching it.
about,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
I'm like,
He hasn't
I
missed
love
yet.
like Magnolia is one of my favorite movies. Give me a 4-hour. The Irishman, dude, give me a 4-hour movie. I will watch it.
I broke up The Irishman. What's it?
You didn't like The Irishman?
I broke it up. I just watched it in chunks. I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
I can't watch it in chunks.
It's pretty good. You gotta pee.
Anyway, what are you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
What else is happening in the world right now? I mean, dude, the vibe right now, it is party city around here. It's so much fucking traffic, dude. When I was coming home from your new place, or your old place, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
I was in traffic every goddamn intersection. There was also a protest happening again.
What's
up on
that? What's-
Sunset?
What should we be? Did we
What,
protest
are we
together?
protesting? No,
We didn't. Oh.
no.
What's
the
happening?
protests are back. People are protesting again. It
What's
was
happening?
Stop Asian hate.
Yeah, you know what?
Getting hit in the
I-
streets. It was Sunset and Laurel right in front of the Laugh Factory.
I feel like it's very important. Like, dude, we need to come out and say we're against Asian hate.
Of course.
Seizu knows what we're talking about. He's in Korea. He knows.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people ask me, they're like, "Do you support Asian hate?" And you know what the answer is? No.
No, I don't.
And if you do, or you
A
commit
person came
Asian
up to
hate
me the other day,
crimes,
they were like, you look like you've dabbled in Asian hate. And I was like, not once in my whole life.
and I would be like, "Well, what would make you say that about me?" And I'm gonna change that thing.
Yeah.
We love Asians. What?
I was actually gonna shave my head today, and I was like, maybe I should wait. I need to not look like a scary shaved head guy.
Yeah. Keep it
I let
long.
things cool off
Let
for
it
a
be.
little bit.
Err on the side of hippie, not skinhead.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I'm going. Someone said The Irishman is boring.
Joe Gibbs did, yeah.
I get that. I mean, I get that.
I like.
is what
Oh,
it is.
dude, I'm into it. I like a good boring movie, except for what movie I hate. I hate The Godfather 1 and 2. I have to say that
Come
they're
on,
so
man.
boring.
They're really. The Godfather is kind of boring, but it's so good. It's almost like The Godfather though has been elevated to this point now that it's almost like not even.
Yeah.
It's not even like someone's like, yeah, it's boring, and you'd be like, what the. No, it's not, and you take a step back. We're like, yeah, it's a little boring. It's slow. It's very. He really slowly it's like war almost, and that you would see this, I think, translate later into Apocalypse Now. Is that he has this way of making movies where it's just like nothing's it's silent, boom, act of violence, and then it's like back to slow. It's just like little pockets of violence just pop up.
Yeah, I just want to.
But it's slow in between them sometimes.
I just
want
to see someone die in an Italian restaurant all for 90 minutes.
Of course, we all want to see.
Wait, Christian says it is. It's popping in Texas. That's what I'm wondering.
It's been well, Texas, they fucking told people they didn't have to wear masks, and then
They
don't give a fuck down and go. Do whatever you do, man. I don't.
What's the vibe? I'm curious because
it's back here, by the way. Now, it's almost back to normal.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. You can go into any place now. It's slightly limited capacity, but where is it not like that?
Yeah, I guess it's crazy. It's crazy for me to be I got to go out and be a person again. I've gotten so accustomed to being a brown recluse or a white recluse that I don't.
It is brown recluse. It's the dangerous. It's the one spider that everybody on the planet Earth seems to know everything about. They're like, oh, that's every person who ever sees a spider. They're like, oh, that's a brown recluse spider. You gotta kill those. Those are deadly.
Oh, dude, they're so deadly.
Thanks, spider guy in my life that I didn't ask for.
That's
next time one of your friends says something about a spider, tell him to shut the fuck up.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
Hey, guy,
shut up about the spiders.
Hey, man, I'm spider guy in your life.
Shut up. Shut up about the spiders. No one knows anything about spiders. They're a mystery. They steal your soul. Man knows this.
When I first got here, I went to a Starbucks to do some work, and on the other side of the glass, I'm looking at Black Widow, just red hourglass looking right at me. I'm like, this is when I first got to California, and I'm like, I'm moving.
Christine, you got a Black Widow here.
Yeah.
Above your Pike's Place, Holbein.
So it's on the other side of the glass, fortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm looking right at it, and I'm like, do you know what I mean? It's like that thing could kill me.
Black Widows aren't with the little red bow tie on it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not venomous.
Ooh.
Right?
Guy, they call them widows because they kill motherfuckers' husbands, guy.
Yeah, good point. I thought they weren't.
They don't call them black widows.
I'm Googling it.
Are black widows poisonous? Do you gotta Google that?
I do.
They don't
fuck, dude. Now, of course, I searched Black Widow, and it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. It's everything.
Yeah, of course,
you can't even learn about spiders anymore on the internet without being blasted for a Marvel film. Jesus Christ. Am I stupid
Joe
here?
says, dude.
Yeah, I guess there's... whatever. Maybe I'm thinking of Daddy Longlegs. I don't really
Daddy
care.
Longlegs
Fuck
can
spider.
actually bite
Tell
you.
me when I find a Black Widow spider. I would step on it. I wouldn't even stand to admire its glory. I would just be like...
How do you feel
one
about...
less of them, right?
Oh, yeah, kill that son of a bitch.
Eh.
What are your thoughts on... are you afraid of snakes? Are you one of those bitch-ass hoes?
I mean, if I see a snake, I'm not inherently afraid of it. But am I trying to go interact with a snake? No.
I'll fuck with a snake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
I'll poke it.
Tell me. Let's back this up with some hard data here. You want to come out on a limb and say you fuck with snakes?
I'll kick around a snake.
You would kick around. So
I'll bully a
you're
snake.
hiking Fryman Canyon and you see a snake. And you're like, I'm going to kick that snake in the face.
Okay, scene 2. Didn't do that. But, people were just like, oh, my God. I've seen 3. I just remembered. I've seen 3. 2 rattlesnakes and 1 coral snake. All 3 poisonous.
Yeah.
Not scared of shit. I'm like, yeah, just leave it alone.
Yeah, but I've seen lots of things. I've seen snakes.
Yeah, but you're not one of those
I've
bitches.
seen a king cobra at the zoo. I mean, does that mean I'm...
Well, the answer is you ain't no bitch-ass hoe.
You go run up to it and then apply pressure using your thumb to its lower jugular?
No, because I wasn't molested.
I thought you were a snake guy. I mean, every snake guy knows that's how you wrestle snakes.
I'm
You go up
just
and
saying
you gotta
I
grab
ain't
its head
scared, but I'm not
instantly.
gonna like torture an animal.
You know who told me that is Billy the Exterminator, which was a great show. If anyone watched it, Billy the Exterminator, I think it was on Discovery. It was just basically about this guy who looked more or less
Dang.
like Theo Vaughn, who just literally, I mean, honestly, it's literally the idea of Theo Vaughn before Theo Vaughn.
He's
came
one
along.
reality show from just being an exterminator.
It's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
alternate reality
Yeah.
for sure. But anyway, this guy basically looks like Theo Vaughn, dressed like he's
Interesting.
into
Yeah, fuck
Avenged
spiders.
Sevenfold, and he goes around and he tries not to kill the animals, which is like his fun little thing. But then he does kill some of them because you can't. Sometimes people call him for like a gator. I mean, allegedly, whatever. Some of those gators, you can let like a 12-foot gator live. You know, you have to kill gators that are over 10 feet, and I think Louisiana. That's the
Ethical
law.
thing. You see one, you got to kill it, or you're arrested. What are you
I mean,
saying?
Somebody's got to kill it. It's going to go terrorize the community. You can't be having 15-foot gators out there. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, but if it's in like a pond, let that thing be. If it's out on the
Yeah,
street
you
swallowing
say
infants,
this,
then
and then everyone's fucking crying wolf when that little kid died at Disney like 4 years ago. Remember when his family was hanging out by the lake at sunset when gators feed inside Disney World? Why do they have gators in that lake?
I blame the parents.
Yeah. I mean, you have.
I
I
do.
mean, let's not go there. That's
That seems
unfortunate.
like-
they've dealt with
I don't
enough,
know. That'd be.
and they also know they fucked up.
That's the. You're right. You're right. You know what I was thinking about today?
Whoops,
You know.
sorry.
No, what I was thinking about
Unless-
today is like, cause I'm like with my cat, I was like transporting my cat around. The cat was running around outside, and I realized that like part of like my identity as a person is taking care of that cat. Like, so if I would have let that cat loose and I would have lost it or it would have died or something, there's a big part of my identity that would have been like, I'm a bad person because I was responsible for this thing and it died.
Yeah, that's how life works, dude.
But that's what I'm saying. So like dissing a parent
Wait till
for
you
like
have a child.
that's what I'm saying.
What'll that feel like?
Guy.
Boy, I really can't let this thing die. It would look horrible on my next home application,
Guy.
next mortgage application. It can be.
Imagine just walking around the guilt you locked your kid in your car on a hot summer day. Imagine.
Let's not.
All right, let's
not imagine. How about we don't imagine this
Sorry.
reality that some sad woman named Gina, who's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, feels every day of her life? Yeah, let's maybe not explore that realm.
Yeah, Kenosha has a lot of tragedy going
It's
on.
a lot. They
Yeah.
can't time it right because it's so cold all the time. Those hot days, they don't know. They can't predict them.
A lot of bad parenting in Kenosha, Wisconsin is
Yeah.
happening. No
Are
offense.
you allowed to live? Are you allowed to leave your kids in the car now and like do things like not okay, not a crazy thing like going into Speedway?
You got the windows down? You got the AC blasting?
When sure, one or the other.
Are you saying like I'll have my windows up, I'll have the car turned off because
No,
I'm
it's on.
popping in?
No, it's on.
You can do that.
It's running.
It's
You
legal.
can.
Yeah, it's legal. You can do
I'm
that.
not asking if it's legal. I'm asking if people do it.
Yeah, motherfuckers be dying in cars. That what you're asking?
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm saying not that. I just didn't know how kosher it was.
Baby
Can I go-
motherfuckers be dying in cars, buddy.
Sometimes you
think,
just got to
I don't
run
know.
to Speedway for a bottle of Arrowhead water, cheap beef jerky, and
And you don't want to burn that extra
Cigarettes.
gas leaving the car run.
it's more gas turning your car on and off.
That's what you're. Then you're. Yeah,
Dude, what-
exactly. Then you're.
I would deliver pizzas. I'd leave my car running like the whole time, dude. I would never turn it on.
No.
Leave the keys in it too. I'm like, go steal it.
Yeah.
Go steal this fucking 2000 Monte Carlo with 300,000 miles on it. Go steal it.
That's. I was like,
Drive
try.
it to a
Yeah.
better life because I'm gonna drive it to a junkyard soon.
Get a Grand Theft Auto charge on a Honda, a 2001
Right.
Honda. I dare you.
Right.
Try me, bitch.
Sometimes I park my car places and I'm like, God, I hope it doesn't get stolen. And then I'm like, I have to take a step back and be like, buddy, no one would steal your car.
Just to live in a neighborhood with a lot better cars than your PT Cruiser.
yeah, my little Chevy HHR, aka Homo Hot Rod.
Yeah. Is that what you call it? Is that yours?
That's what it's referred to on many muscle forums online. Yeah. any
That's
bodybuilding.
because they're homophobic and they're like, you have sex with men if you drive this car.
Yeah.
Like, so what? I have sex with men.
Dude,
So what, I
by
drive a
my
pizza cruiser?
calculations here in West Hollywood, California, if you have sex with men, you drive a Mercedes or a BMW or a Maserati, you're
That's
living a great life. It's the straight losers like me who are driving around hoopties with poor suspension.
you need to fuck a guy.
I know. I gotta get me a daddy. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what
I
you.
can
That's
be-
where you done
I can
fucked
be
up.
Like somebody's bear. I can be like a cool bear guy. Somebody give me like a cool haircut. Yo, Chris in the comment, what's up? Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks to anybody who's watching right now. This is nobody who's listening. We're doing this live, episode 96. We are gonna get food after this, which I'm excited about.
You just so. I have to. We have to get back to you willing yourself to be a homosexual.
What is this?
Do you think you could will yourself to be a
What? I
homosexual?
don't. We've had this conversation more or less. I drive a white BMW. What do you drive? Joey, I drove Joey's car today. Let me tell you about Joey's car. Joey drives.
Don't do it. Don't talk about the smell.
I was not going to mention the smell.
All right, then talk about whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you. First of all, I didn't notice the smell because it was full of your shit. Basically, Joey was driving this U-Haul today, and I had to follow in his car to his new place. But your car was loaded with your shit, as it is. Joey's steering wheel. I don't know how much road rage you have, but the steering wheel is completely. First of all, you drive a what? Probably 05, 06 Honda Civic or
It's a
Accord.
2012
It's a 2012 Honda Civic or Accord.
Civic.
Honda Civic. The steering wheel, dude. It's bare metal there. It's all worn off. What have you been doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
You got to be gripping the wheel too hard. All the rubber's torn off. It's so worn down that it's like metal at the top.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy, dude.
It is
what
crazy.
What did you do?
It's been like that too.
How long? When did it start doing?
A couple
How hard
years.
do you grip the wheel?
Did you also notice the center console? It's like rubbed down raw.
Oh no, I didn't notice that.
I don't know. I just drive
Your car was
weird.
nice other than that. Although I did see
Talk about the smell.
it literally had a main alert. It was like maintenance due soon. A13 dash.
I need
And
an
was
oil
like,
change. Yeah.
I was like, no, A13 seems more serious than an oil change. I don't know what A13 means, dude.
I literally have no money, so I hope A13 is not an expensive fix.
Good call. Good call. I mean,
Was there a smell?
I didn't notice a smell. You keep saying this. It was full of your shit. So I
That's
was just like,
true.
this just smells like someone's shit. We're moving your house. There was like baskets of laundry. There was baskets of cleaning supplies. There's baskets with like a router and a modem.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah.
just now you did have like 5 empty cans of like Dr. Pepper Vanilla Diet Zero or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
that is. What is that, dude? I don't understand. Like some of these drinks are. It's literally like cherry vanilla custard Dr. Pepper Zero. Like what what flavor is that? Literally describe that flavor to me, please, somebody.
It makes
It's like Diet Coke or Coke Zero or call it a day. What is the Diet Sun-Kissed strawberry hazelnut cream blend? Like I can't do it.
That's I hear you.
Dude, Dr. Pepper already has 23 different flavors in it. Who's discerning what at that point? I don't taste the churro in it. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't in that varietal.
It hits right. That's what I'll
You
say.
enjoy it.
It hits right. When I drink it, I'm like, dude, I pounded that whole case
You
and
love
like,
you love a
yeah.
zero soda.
yeah, sure
Or
do.
like a cola. You gave me a Fresca, which I hadn't had in a long time.
Yeah, you like the fruity soda.
Yeah, it's
What-
all right.
What's with Joe's dad's car?
I don't. Oh yeah, the leather in someone said the leather in my dad's SUV started to crack in high wear areas. That's kind of what I'm. Yeah, more or less, but it was more than that. The actual foam around the steering wheel
Yeah.
is falling off,
Well, I drive.
and you're holding onto a metal
right.
circle,
I think
a
I
9-inch pie tin, more or less.
yeah, I think it's like my mental illness. I just have to like rub stuff.
Are you Yeah, so that's what it is.
I think
You're taking it out of the light. You're just gripping and rubbing.
subconsciously.
Yeah.
And I also rub on the center console as well. I
Yeah.
must, because people have seen that. Like they're like, what happened to here? Like how do you drive? And I'm like, I don't know, because my resale value on my Honda is like shit, because all that stuff's like very expensive to fix.
You know how you know you're trash? I still drive like a 17-year-old whack ass white kid with like black ice air freshener in his car, because I drive with one hand on the wheel and the other on my shifter. for no
Oh.
reason. I have an automatic car, but I hold
Did you
it like
used to
this.
drive a stick?
That is a real no, never.
What
Just
the
always
fuck's the
hold it-
matter
I
with
hold
you?
it like that? I don't know. I always just have one there. Maybe I subconsciously need to be close to like the emergency brake in the center, you know. But I've always
got a
driven it
hand
like
on
that,
the-
which is really like usually you'll see a guy holding one hand on the wheel, the other on his shifter, and like a guy who's spent $800 tricking out a Honda Accord. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a guy who's like really vibing on it. Feels like he's in a dune buggy, but it's still a bomb car at heart.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to like that's the thing about those guys. Like I want to be obsessed. You got to I think this is my theory on life. I'm going you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You got to be obsessed with something. So when I see a guy with a car that's like a, Pontiac Aztek that's tricked the fuck out, I'm like, that guy is like in his head, like the serotonin pumping.
oh my God. He's
Doing
operating
well.
at the highest level, dude.
Doing well.
Loving it.
Yeah,
Loves going to Best Buy and finding shit in the pro audio section.
for sure.
Sounds like an easy way to screw up your transmission, someone said in the comments. Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I don't know what I think I'm going to shift into low gear. Like, that literally, like, the pinnacle moment of me holding my car like this is that the one time I'm like, oh, look at this. What is this, a high-grade hill? Let me just switch that into low gear.
Yeah. Ooh, D2.
I'm in D2. And people are like, what? I never even use those. I'm like, yeah, sometimes you gotta,
No, he's got it on the
It's just
shifter.
like I'm just like a car guy. I used to actually race go-karts professionally. It's the thing,
That's D2 guys used to race go-karts.
I would love to race go-karts professionally. Can we go find some professional go-karters and fuck with them?
You can you can do it. You
We'll
don't got
film them. We'll make a thing out of it. We need to start some kind
Let's
of
just do it for
series
pure
where
enjoyment.
We just go. That's what I'm saying. But just go try
Leave the
it.
camera at home.
No, everybody in this world is selling their entire life as content. We got to.
Let's just go
Bring
live
the
our
fucking
lives.
camera. I'll film it, dude. And then you see if you can get into one of go-karts to let you ride it. And do a donut for charity. We'll tell them you have bone cancer or something. Because they'll be like, yeah, he does. And I'll be like, I know. So let him ride this go-kart around and chase like a bull.
I'll
at a
pretend to have
rodeo.
bone cancer, but you can't bring the camera. Deal?
Oh, dude, that's why I'm bringing the camera. That's our in. That's why I'm filming. I get to be like, yeah, I'm here. His family wanted me to film something for his funeral that we're gonna have on Facebook because of social distancing requirements.
Why can't you just enjoy a day of lying about having cancer and riding a go-kart with no documentation?
I don't know. I mean,
Just enjoy a good grift in a go-kart, buddy.
I can. I have done that my whole life. You don't understand how many you don't understand. I've actually gone to semi-pro go-kart racing events. I'm ashamed to say that, but I truly have.
You shouldn't be.
And I know these events, and they get all stoked to go there, and everyone lines up and eats shitty food in the comments. Someone said I can imagine hitting the brakes.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
And accidentally shifting in reverse. Again, if you hold your hand on the shifter. Yeah, again, like, I'm not. What do you think how hard do you think I'm gripping it? No, I'm just resting there. It's just
Kind of
there in
resting there?
case, dude.
Okay.
I'm not gripping it.
You
You think I'm going to be on the fucking 10? And all of a sudden just like shift into reverse and just fucking. What would happen to my car? Just imagine it just start kind of crinkles, folds into flat.
It just blow up, spontaneously combust. You're dead. Actually, no, it spontaneously combusts. Only thing left is like your body sitting like this
Yeah.
on the fucking 10.
The frame falls. It's literally like the Flintstones. Like the frame just falls off, and I'm like, what? Just get run over by a guy in a Tesla
Yep.
who was driving on autopilot.
You just get sucked up into the Tesla and shredded somehow.
Yeah. Still somehow Tesla is blamed. Stock price falls to all-time low, and they're like, well, it's killing people. What are you going to do? Listen, it's time to wrap this. We've been going for about an hour. This is how we're doing it, dude.
Yeah, this was
We're
cool.
going live.
Had
Maybe
fun.
we shouldn't. I don't know. There's people watching. We can do a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's weird. We still don't know like when to pull out on these things. We're kind of doing a pull out and pray.
Well,
method
what do
a
you guys
little
want
bit.
to know about?
I mean, you fucking hit it in the. This is the Ask the Audience section of the podcast where we will take any. Literally, no one
It should
has
just-
any desire to even type something into an inbox and ask us a question. But if you do feel so inspired, hit it with us.
Yeah, if whatever you're interested in.
But we are live.
I'm in a good episode right now, so I can talk about anything, even if I know nothing about it.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of being a white man.
That's true. You can just claim some kind of expertise on anything that you wish.
Yeah.
You know.
It's pretty easy being just a guy that
Is that
suffers
what-
no
Is
consequences.
that what we're doing now? It's crazy being cheesy.
It's so
the
it's
new
so
Cheez-It
tough
commercial.
being like white now. Being like a white cis man is like it's like people think it's easy, but it's like pretty tough.
Someone asked, "How do you guys feel about NFTs?" Dude, I don't know. I mean, get one is a lottery ticket, but like I'm not smart enough to be able to predict that. To me, my question is, the idea of it is literally not inherently new. There's nothing inherently new about this idea. It's baseball cards. It's fine art. You have it in your house. The only thing is it's for people in the digital age. So if you want to go buy Mark Cuban's first tweet, or if you want to go buy some kind of pixel art of a Navajo leader riding a surfboard in front of a sunset, like, do that. But I don't. What worries me here's how I will distill my point. What worries me about NFTs is I think that right now it's just a play for megalomaniac, like larger than life media type personalities like Elon Musk and Mark Cuban and Gary Vee to kind of capitalize on their fan base and make shit to sell to them. So they're hyping up that it has. I worry that maybe that's happening.
I would say if you're going to buy, honestly, at this point, I would say if you're going to buy an NFT or even if you're going to buy crypto, buy like a utility NFT or a utility coin, because buy something that has intrinsic value, something that when you do it, this is like, you're just getting advice now. If you're buying one of these sort of like crypto ledger currency or some sort of like value, make sure that it comes with something. So a lot of times like companies will have a coin that gets you free server costs, like, or gives you something. You can then buy something from them, or there's some sort of marketplace for you to spend your NFT. Let's say you were talking about Mark Cuban is going to sell an NFT that will then get you free tickets to the Mavs.
Yeah.
That's a utility NFT because it provides some sort of value to your life. But if it's just some sort of theoretical knowledge that you own something, you're an idiot.
I kind of think that way. I do kind of think that way. People seem to agree with that. But hey, dude, I don't know. Buy what I was gonna sell an NFT recently. I shot something, and I was gonna sell it. It's just because you can just go on OpenSea and just start the bid at like 0.01 Ether.
Did you do it?
No, I
Why
haven't
not?
done it yet because you have to get it minted, which is this whole fucking ordeal, and I really have to like sit down and focus on it. I haven't had the time, but you have to mint it, which is a whole
You
thing.
gotta start the ledger.
I know.
That's
but
probably
it's
cost money, though.
complicated. I don't care. I just want to see if I can get some sad tech bro. If I can make some kind of like brand new looking rip-off video. That's some maybe I can get Martin Shkreli to buy it from prison. That's best case scenario. is
Joe
what I'm
says
saying.
NFT podcast episodes.
We talked about it recently, but it didn't go.
I love you, Joe. But
I-
for me, you can do a solo NFT
I can't.
show.
I can't
'cause-
talk about it because
yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
think that I can tell you this much: if you're buying some NFT that's like $50, it's a waste. Like if it's not, it's got to be paired with, like how Kings of Leon sold their album. That probably is going to have some kind of value because it's associated with an actual brand that has value. Whereas if you go on OpenSea and you start looking around at these NFTs, I saw one. It was just like Squirtle, but it was Squirtle in place of Tony Soprano in front of like Sopranos footage. And I considered buying it because I was like, I think these are bullshit, but I think there's a lot of tickets, so I'm like, I think this is funny. I would buy it. And then I didn't because I was like, nobody wants this. And no one's asking for this. Maybe I'm wrong.
I watch a lot of Top Shot packs opened, and when I'm watching them, I'm like, even when there's no one that can open a Top Shot pack and be like, take it seriously. So
No. Someone asked us, what will we charge for an episode of this podcast as an NFT? Here's the thing about pricing an episode of this podcast.
That's when you know it's-
basically
yeah.
have to bet on the idea that we could ever reach any kind of fame or success, which is very low odds. But
Yeah.
if we did, and you have, let's give you an NFT of a podcast where I say the R word a bunch of times, and you can hold it as black. Basically, the idea of we've talked about
Extortion.
this, selling
Yeah.
your ability to extort us, selling our own episodes. We'll sell the intellectual property to you, the copyright.
But again, the NFT isn't licensed to the video.
Yes,
That's
it
what's
is.
also very annoying.
Yeah, it is. You have licensed the video, don't you?
Not
I still get
necessarily.
a cut of it every time you resell it. Let's say if you want to resell it to some other insane person.
But that's not what an NFT is.
Yeah, no, that's
not
no,
copyright
no, that's precise.
license.
No, but that's the whole thing. Is that like Mark Cuban sells his first tweet for $100,000, he gets a cut every time someone sells it thereafter. That's the whole thing that makes NFTs valuable. They're valuable to brands and individuals who have large fan bases because they make money every transaction after. That's the whole argument. Is that's why it's better than fine art, because it's like this idea that like once the artist sells their art to somebody, let's say, most of the time it's donated to a museum, sell this piece of fine art, they could sell it for a huge profit later after you die or whatever. Your family doesn't see any of that. So now as like a creator, like say you're a band or an artist, you sell your stupid Kings of Leon album that no one's going to listen to as an NFT. They sell it to some other sad Kings of Leon fan. You just made more profit. And more times
But
that
if I
happens,
buy
the more
the,
money
like,
you make.
If I buy the NFT, I'm not. This is nobody's listening now, truly. But if I buy the NFT of a Kings of Leon song, I can't like use that in perpetuity. License. I don't have free license to use that in any video or anything
Yeah,
I make.
can I sell the rights?
That's
Can
what
I
I'm
sell
saying.
the song rights to be used in a Marvel film?
No,
Maybe you.
I'm sure that's like not. That's the
No,
thing. It's
you
like
could sell their album. You would sell the fit. You would sell. Hey, here's this copy of the album. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. Also, what happens?
Don't buy them.
Also,
They're
the
stupid.
frequency of people's identities and computers being hacked and your information being stolen is only going to increase as we move through time. So I envision a scenario happening not far from now where people are basically being robbed in a pseudo bank heist of people stealing NFTs off your computer.
I mean, that happened with crypto.
Of course. I mean, it'll happen here, too. People are going to get their shit stolen. So it's like, whatever. I'm no expert. That's
Put
the
your-
NFT part of the
Put your money in the
podcast.
mattress, dude. That's what I say.
That's...
Let's go walk somewhere with a
Someone
urinal.
said Kings of Leon sold multiple albums as NFTs, so I cannot imagine that they don't own the IP to the music. They do. They own the music.
We'll
That's their
find
whole
out.
game, is
We'll
that
find
they
out.
own the usage rights. You can't use it for free, but you have that album.
What
You
are
have
you
that
entitled
specific
to with your
copy of it.
NFT?
I don't know.
That's the thing, because if you
Yo,
do,
Sex is on fire. It's just
that song rocks. I like Kings of Leon. I don't like their new stuff, but they're all like older, like Youth and Young Manhood. That they were one of my favorite bands. I love Kings of Leon.
I shouldn't have shit on them so hard. Actually, I should have.
Go ahead. I mean, I also like why are people into the red? Why are people like it's like a new trend to shit on the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah, I hate that because I've hated the Red Hot Chili Peppers
You
for
have
a long time.
before it was cool.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers rock. Like I like their music and I emotionally connect to their music, and maybe that makes me a piece of shit. Maybe I am. I don't care. I love their music.
That's good. I mean, they're great. If you want to hear some guy rap,
We
like
need
John
to figure out.
Mayer, sure.
That's an interesting take.
Guys, it's been fun. We're gonna wrap this one up
I agree.
and move on with life.
It's
Thank
close,
you for
though.
watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Also follow us on Instagram and Nobody's Listening. We're increasing the frequency. These lives are basically going to be every week, and these are the episodes now, is that it's live. So if you're listening on Spotify in your car right now on your way to do a drywalling gig in between now and like touring or whatever, hold off and be like, I'm gonna spend my Saturday night that I could be out at some bar watching a live podcast on YouTube. I think that's the move. I don't know when it's going to be. They're going to be on Saturdays. Maybe it'll be on Thursday. Either way, subscribe to the pod so you get the alert. We're going to go live. Thanks for watching. We're going to go... Where are we going to go? Are we going to go to Barney's? Or